right, so I'm showing you today a cooked food recipe. I'm going to show you baked cabbage rolls. I baked these this morning at 8 o'clock in the morning. So they're not, as totally fresh as if I would have just taken them out of the oven right here. But I do not have an oven on my raw food set here. So these are beautiful. When you take them out of the oven, I mean, they look a little dark with this lighting here too. So you can't really see the gorgeous purple color. But the purple, I love it for Easter. They're stocked with like pretty much more kale than quinoa inside. So the greens and the purples. And I show you foods like this because, this show is not about teaching you to be a vegan or a vegetarian or a raw foodist. We just want to help you get more healthy foods in your life. My husband is from Estonia, a very small country in the Northeast Europe. And they're very, very meat and potatoes. Like nobody even knows what being a vegetarian there means. They're just like, what? That's so... It's unheard of, but in the winter it's dark at 3 p.m. and it's freezing. So it's like, we have to eat in accordance to our geographic region too.
I don't know why he left.
I know. Right. I'll tell you though, everyone there is beautiful. The girls, the women are gorgeous. My two sister-in-laws, bright blonde hair, gorgeous. It's amazing how many women, like, they keep that, like, yellow, beautiful blonde hair. Well, you have beautiful blonde hair. That you get when you're a 6-year-old kid or that you have when you're young, like, all the way. The minerals there or something. I mean, the people there are beautiful, and nobody's overweight. Like, you don't see overweight people there at all. It's very interesting.
Doing something right.
But they eat a lot of meat. They eat meat at every meal. It's all about meat. And, my husband, over the years, it's like, I'm very domestic. I do the shopping. I cook dinner almost every night. And he's gotten to a point where he doesn't even miss the meat. I took him out to this awesome French restaurant for his birthday last Saturday, and I thought he was gonna order a steak. Like, the man never gets meat. Like, he didn't even order any meat. Like, when we go out lately, he's like ordering vegetarian, which is interesting. He would never ever say he's a vegetarian.
I used to love In-N-Out. I mean, and I still kind of, it was a guilty pleasure. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
And I would sometimes, go 3 times a week, and then it started making me sick. Actually, this last year.
It would.
And now I can't even have like a bite without feeling like I don't want to eat it anymore.
You don't want to eat it.
It's not like I'm depriving myself.
No,
I just really don't really want to eat it.
It's the junky fats. It's the
It's
artificial
awful. It makes
flavors.
me feel terrible.
Yeah, it's the combination of the fat, the sugar, and the salt. They make it sort of like addictive, and it does make you feel terrible once you get used to food like this. You can't.
You can't go back.
Yeah, can't go back. That's exactly my point. That's awesome. That's awesome. Just real quick, so what I do, I boil the quinoa, so it's like 2 cups water, 1 cup quinoa. Just boil it plain. After it's done, then I chop the kale and I chop the peppers and I chop, whatever else I put in there. I put kale, peppers, that was it. And then the spices, the green onion and then chili powder and spices, and stir it all together, and the heat from the boiled quinoa will like blanch the greens, and then you try to get a cabbage that has like these looser leaves like this, and then you just peel it off, scoop it in, pop, 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 turn it over, bake it for a half hour. So yum. And then look, Erica Ann brought me this. This is exactly the kind of kale I use, dinosaur kale. Or what's the other way? It's called like Lacatina kale. It's the same kind of kale. They just have like 2 different names.
Yeah, they call it a couple different things.
So what's the best way to plant this?
Well, we're heading into our warmer months,
right?
So maybe try and give it some afternoon shade to keep it from bolting, or a cool spot in your yard somewhere where doesn't get too warm.
What about places like Middle America?
Same thing.
Same.
Just
I guess everyone doesn't want it.
They don't. The heat will make it go to seed more quickly, and then you just harvest the leaves off of the sides.
You just harvest off the side.
And they get bigger as the plant gets larger.
And is this perennial? Will it give it again or no?
I've had actually real good luck with just cutting them off after they get buggy or whatever, and they do sprout from the roots.
They do.
So you can leave it in. But
fantastic.
I don't know.
Fantastic.